Here we are at ScuderiaSilva. We're working on an Austin-Healey engine detail. We're looking at the paint now. We pulled off most of the protective tape that we put on, and I ran out of the green frog tape and used the blue stuff that I had in stock, and we ended up lifting some of the doggone engine paint on there in a couple spots. So now I've got more work to do. I'm going to re-etch that and clean that up, but she's starting to look like something. You see I have a rusty bolt that didn't get the cast color on it, and so we'll detail that up real quick and see if we can't put this back together now. We've got a bunch of tape and masking paper and all that stuff. We reprimed the manifold where it fell apart, and that's just part of detailing. It sometimes blows up on you, and this one did. And then in the meantime, we also found that the water pump right there is wheezed out, so we're going to put a new water pump on it here in a minute. There's 4 bolts on that one. I think they're 1/2 inch, I believe. And so we're going to take that off and clean that up and continue with the detail work. We're going to go ahead and take the water pump off here, and what I do is loosen it with a 1/2 inch wrench first. There's a bolt underneath the bottom of the pump right here, right above the timing chest, and then there's 2 on the top here, and then there's 1 more right here. So I like to loosen those with a hand wrench first, and then once we loosen them with a hand wrench, we can make it a lot easier to use the a socket or whatever else makes it easy to get these nuts off. So we'll go ahead and take this off here, open all these up, and continue with the detail, and we're going to do the water pump right in the middle of it. Okay, now we have the water pump loose. We took off the 4 bolts. I used my snap-on scraper. Give it a little touch, just a little touch. Snap-on brass hammer, and we're going to just open it up a little bit there. Be real careful about the body work. Keep an eye on where you're at, what you're doing. We're just going to ease this off of here, and then there we go. And as we ease that off of here, we'll get that baby opened up there, and then we'll clean it out and take another peek as we offer up the new pump. So there we go. We got the oil or the water pump off, and it's pretty crunchy. A lot of slack in the bearing, and we took that off the block right here. And we've got to clean that up. That's going to take us quite a little bit. And then I see some other detail work we can do down here. Got the water pump area cleaned up there. Got the bolts cleaned off. Renewed our paint over here on the cylinder head where it went to heck on us. I see somebody put the thermostat housing on backwards. We're looking pretty sweet. We ought to have her dialed in tomorrow, and we can start putting the carburetors on. Water pump mounted up now. We've got the threads completely cleaned on the thermostat housing. We've got everything cleaned up. Notice that I'm not lubricating the front of the crankshaft snout because I don't want that lubricated. I'm going to put a bunch of red Loctite on that baby and see if we can't get that to seal up. We have positioned the key into the keyway in the crankshaft properly. That's not beat up, so that was a blessing. We got the crank pulley on there. It's all lined up. Everything worked beautifully. Now we're going to put this washer, and you can see it's got that tab bent up there. That tab is going to go into the slot where the crankshaft keyway is. And so we're going to put that on there right now. And then, let's see, I don't know if I can see that. Well, just put that little slot inside there like that. There we go. And then we've restored the front crank nut and got this bad boy ready to go. I'm going to put, I keep it dry, I don't put any lubricant in there, because when I put this on right now and torque it down, I'm going to put some Permatex Red in there, the high strength thread locker, and I'm going to put it in there not too juicy, but I'm going to put it in there fairly liberally. I want that thing to hold on there. I'm going to get nice coverage on it. Well, now we're starting to look like something around here, and I want to show you, we need to finish up that that crankshaft bolt, or nut rather. You can see that edge sticks away on that washer that we put on that fits into the keyway there. We're going to take and there's the nut. See the washer is pushed away there? We're going to take that washer and crush it over the edge of the nut so that we lock that crankshaft nut onto the front of the engine there. And sorry about that. And what I think we'll do that with is we'll probably get a cold chisel, get out my Snap-on Big Daddy cold chisel, and I'll put it right in there. And try not to bang up too much stuff, but it's going to make a little bit of a mess, but I'll hit that real hard on the end. And we'll get that tabbed over, and then we'll tab over this side, and that'll get the crankshaft done, and then we'll be ready to put the fan on, and we'll go from there. Okay, we got the, we use my little tools here. One of them we call the medicine. The other one we call a cold chisel. This is not Snap-on, by the way. One of the few things that's not Snap-on around here, and I just like the quality of it. Won't let you down, won't strip your bolts off. And if we come over here, we'll take a quick peek. This has been properly pitched over. And if you look at the top of that, it just takes a minute. If you look at the top of that nut there, that is properly pinned over. That's what you want it to look like. Not all crinkly and busted up. Just and you can see it does some scratching and stuff. That's, you're holding the crankshaft down. That's the way it goes. So we got that done. Let's put the got the belt adjusted out here. This new belt installed. We're looking pretty good on our minor engine detail that we're working on. Let's get the fan belt put on, and then we'll put the valve cover on, and we're still waiting for the carburetors. You'll notice that I made a little mark on the crankshaft pulley right there, and that's just to help me see it when I set the timing up. There's the water pump, front of the water pump. We're going to go ahead and throw the newly redone fan in. We stripped that down and repainted that in the proper school bus yellow, and so we're going to offer that baby up and get the fan on. And we're starting to look pretty darn nice. I'm hoping to have the carburetors tomorrow. We can get this thing done. The valve adjustments have been done. I didn't go over that this time. We'll go over it sometime later. I just didn't have time to film it, and because I didn't know what was going on with the crankshaft. We're taking a peek at the Healey we're wrapping up. The carburetors are on their way. I will do one segment on the carburetor rebuild. We'll just rebuild one of them. They're all the same. Once you do one, you can do them all. And I'll do that later. And got some polishing work coming back from the shop, and hopefully some clamps and some hoses coming, and we'll wrap this detail up.